billion-dollar industry,
Yeah.
a billion with a B.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a great link.
I sent that link to you guys, and I
All right.
wanted you guys to read it because this works here for a reason. Because we have an outlet for all of these students. We have breweries of a certain size to hire some of these students as employees or even through internships. So what we've got, our program is basically set up the first two-year degree in the country, and we have the first year they come in through that summer semester, then they take an internship, and then they come back for their last year. And that internship is really, really important to the hands-on learning that we do. It's really 40% in the classroom, 60% hands-on. We talk about the theory in the classroom, and we come at it from the theoretical side, the mathematical side, the chemical and physical side, and then we go apply all of those things in the brewery that I'm going to show you guys, all the fancy shiny stainless steel equipment that's down there. Our whole curriculum is based heavily off the program up in Niagara. They've been doing it a little bit longer in Canada. They have a great facility, and it should be, honestly it should be. And they're going to tell you the same thing I'm going to tell you. If you're going to start a program like this, make sure you get people from the industry teaching it. Chemistry professors know chemistry great, but they don't know how to move hoses and use a triclamp fitting. You want to teach people to be job ready once they leave. Biology people will understand the microbiology of yeast, but where does this soft flavor come from if that fermenter loses its glycol and it goes up from 68 degrees, but you want to ferment it out to 72 degrees? Is there a way to fix that? Well, there might be, and myself and this other instructor, we know we can either pitch new yeast, we can try some filtration stuff, we can do some things. I limit the size of our cohort to 24 students. I could probably graduate 300 students, but one, I don't have all the equipment for the hands-on training. Two, I would go nuts trying to teach 300 people this stuff with the hands-on side of it. And three, it's not sustainable for the industry. If I graduate 20 to 20, or basically 16 to 20 people, because some students during their internships get full-time positions and they don't come back. So our placement rate is actually a little bit higher than 100% is what I tell people because of that fact. And what happens is majority of my students already have a 4-year degree. I had a guy. They have 500 employees there. There's only 12 people that actually make the beer on the hot side of things. 12. So when I tell these students, oh, they want to come be brewers, I was like, that's not the reality of it. Distribution, marketing, transportation, logistics. All these big companies need all of these other things. And so whatever you have in your background that you could fall back on to pad your resume or use that, IT, any of this programmable logic controllers, any of that stuff as far as mechatronics and animatronics, all of that stuff's used. I always tell people brewing and in the craft beverage industry there's nothing more. You guys have heard of the term STEM? Mm-hmm. Science, technology, engineering, and math. I call it STEAM because there's also that art form to make this stuff work right and correct time and time again. So there's nothing more STEAM because you're using art, science, technology, math, engineering. It's all there in this package, and it's at its core, it's underpaid janitorial work, as you fellas very well know, and it's manufacturing. You have raw products coming in, and you've got to get a product to the consumer fresh as it goes out, and really that's the part of the industry we want to teach. So the reason we have these bottles here is not because I'm a raging alcoholic, is because we keep them around for packaging lines like the tall long neck, the short 12-ounce bottle, 22-ounce, and the different enclosures. Of course, the marketplace is certainly getting more competitive right now. So the heroes at every brewery are the people that package beer. They won't let me normally drink out of their fermenters. They usually arrest me for that. I know. It's not even fair. I'm kind of a big deal. They should let me do that. So the packaging is really where a lot of our focus is really starting to head, whether it's kegging, canning, or bottling. So that's our little three-head canner over there. So we actually teach them the process of canning, make sure they understand that cover hinge lid, which is that seal that goes around the top of the can, is actually quite an intricate seal. Here, and not only do we teach the brewing side of things, but we teach cider production. There's 9 hard cideries in the area. There's actually a company making sake, so we actually teach that as well. Wine, the Biltmore Winery is actually the most visited winery in the world, and so the wine industry here is actually something that's coming up as well. And so we teach that. The one thing, the foray that we're going into now is distillation in spirits industry. And there are actually 9 spirit companies that are starting in this area as well, which is a little bit overwhelming right now. There's 2 open and up and running, and 5 being built with 2 more in design at that point. I think the number was right in my head there. So it's a diverse craft beverage industry. Now, aside from just the normal 4, which is spirits, hard cider, wine, and beer, we have a ginger beer company. So they're making hard ginger beers. So some of these, it's a really beautiful product. It's a craft soda. It's about 6% alcohol, and the ginger that he's getting. I mean, it's just a really smooth ginger flavor. On top of that, we have some craft soda producers that are looking at the area.